So if we remember, it's coming up to Easter. So when you're in your sugar chocolate high, this is when you most likely to be stubborn. So, and remember, in Australia, we're beach people. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start for a little bit of walking. And so I'm going to make the pink one for your right foot, okay, and the dark one for your left foot. So that way, rather than say right or left, I'll say pink or dark. Okay. So what I'm going to get you to do is, all I'm going to do is to start walking your feet over. Woo! Yeah, nice. How's that feel? Just walking back and forward. Good 10 to 15. Yeah, nice. Still good. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. Keep one of these by my seat. I think. Yeah. I think, yeah, keeping your feet warmed up. So now, Vicky, what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to take the dark one, okay? And what you want to do is have your heel on the pink one and your toe on the dark one, okay? And all we're going to do now is we're just going to move forward and back, okay? Forward and back. Just getting that little bit of mobility happening in your ankle. Yeah, nice. Is that okay? No stress. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, the toes. And what I like is here, yeah, you're doing that nice little sachet, which is what I want to see, which is good. If you're doing it at home, Vicky, you can always have your foam roller in front of you just to keep your balance, you know. Yeah, just hold it there. So about 10 to 15, and then I'm just going to turn to put this one here and the other one. Good. Yeah, heel, toes. And again, you're just getting that nice little bit of movement. That's good for the hip. Yeah, you're getting that bit of movement. You're not letting your bottom smack. But it's that, when you do that, see how you go forward, this hip, then you bring this hip back a little bit. Oh, yeah, see, that's what that's sneaky. Yeah. Bring it back. So it's what we call that sachet movement. The pelvis slides forward and back. Yeah, nice. You feel that difference? Yeah, different. Yeah, it's very different. Balance, bit of balance on there too. Yeah. Because it's bad and worse and less special. Less, yeah, more special. Yeah, more special. And now, step off there for a moment. Yeah, nice. Can you feel the difference? Yeah. So what I'm going to get you to do, so that I've got the two outer domes here, just I'm going to get you to put your heels on here, toes down. Okay. Now, what I'm going to get you to do is from there, you're going to do your squat. Yeah, smile. And so what I'd like you to do when you do this is come back up. Let's take the time. Press into your heels. Press into the base of your toes, your big toe and your little toe. And you have to feel like the bottom is going back and your body's hinging forward. Nice. And then come back up. Does that feel? Totally different. So you can have the foam roller in front of you at home. It's actually a really nice way to really active when you engage. Put the hand there, yeah. Both hands. Both hands. And what you're going to do is push your hands down and you're going to push that there. Yeah, nice. Can you feel how you feel that a little bit more stable? Yeah. And also you get a bit more range of movement. Yeah. And what I want you to be very aware of is the inside part of your foot. See how you're dropping out to the outer. Good. Everyone remember to make sure you drop down on the inside part and still keep the big little toe down. So I want you to think that there's a cross from the little toe to the heel, okay? The Makarlu down there just to give you that little bit of assistance to get ankle and talus glide. Feel the difference?
Maybe feel it more on the inside.
Sorry?
Inside of the leg and
Too much in the leg?
no.
Good.
No.
But we want those hamstrings to get stronger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can feel benefit.
Now, you can step off there.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. Okay. You feel how you're really standing in your heels now.
Yes.
So, before we get you to lie down or anything like that, you could do a little bit of standing. Okay. What I want you to do is I put the Makarlu Pod and the Pebble on top of that. So if you don't have one of these, a wobble board's okay, or an oof. But Vicky, what I'm going to get you to do, or you can do this just on the mat, okay? So what I want you to do is stand in the middle of that little pebble, both feet. Nice ladylike legs. So you don't have them, just do this on the ground. I'm going to give you this, you can put your fairy fingers on there, okay? Now, what I want you to visualise is there's a right foot and a left foot. You're going to, everyone's going to do this, you're going to start, feet close together, you're going to take pressure into your big toe of your right foot, little toe of your right foot, heel of your right foot, left toe, big toe of your left foot, little left, heel. So you're starting to do like a figure 8 or infinity symbol. Okay, so moving from right to left, slow it down, smile,
Concentrating.
don't curse, and back. Good. Just back and forward. Working between. Okay. Nice. So when you do that, if you're just wanting to ramp up the balance component, just close your eyes. Make sure you're close to a wall if you're doing this. See if you can just do this. Big toe, little toe, heel. Big toe, little toe, heel. Yeah, good. Nice. Good. Open your eyes.
Good.
Yeah. Stepping off there. And now just check in. Good. Hopefully you've got a sense now that you're standing on your heels. It's not a major event, but it's definitely standing on your heels. So the next thing I'm going to get do is I'm just going to put the board on the angle like that. Okay? If you don't have, well, so you'll see it's sort of like the hat's dropped off. Okay? What I'm going to get you to do is stand on the angle like that. If you've got 2 yoga blocks, you can do it that way, and I'll show you that option. But Vicky, what I want you to do is just stand there and feel like you're holding your leg up and down, okay? Use this to support you. So, yeah, good. So you're really forcing your ankle, yeah, nice, and lifting up and down. If you don't have the pebble, you can just put your foot on a yoga block, and I've got that on the side of the Makarlu. It's not as wobbly, but I feel like that's a really nice thing to preparing you for moving around on uneven surfaces, getting that feel, getting those legs working. And now step off there. Yeah, just check in on your feet first before you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So we're going to put the board on the angle and the other foot's going to be there. So we're just working on that lateral ankle stability. I don't know about you, Vicky, but I have gone out in my dance shoes or my special shoes, and they've gone a bit astray. Champagne.
I don't know. I was going to say. Restraining myself.
Going up. So you do about 10 to 15. So the idea here is that we're really trying to stabilize the ankle, get our hip glutes stable and strong, and strengthening in our hamstrings as well. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, so from there, I'm happy with that. What I'm going to get you to do, Vicky, is I'm going to get you to lie down, and I'm going to get you to put the pod underneath your sacrum in the middle. Okay. If you don't have a pod, just put a little towel lying on your back. Just get there. Yeah, nice. I think you can bring it down a little bit more. Yeah, just there. Okay, nice. Okay, can you feel the sense of the drop? So a few weeks ago, we had the bolster under your hips. You remember that? Yeah. So what I'm going to get you to do now is, everyone just take the time, press into your big toes, feel the femurs dropping in, and you're just going to roll back. Yeah, nice. And then come back. Good. So we're just going to do a very small tuck. We're going to enjoy having the pod under there just to allow the sacrum to soften that a little bit more. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is take that little supination trick where we have the foot on one side and the yoga block on the other, or the pebble and pod. Can you feel that? So now you're going to try and keep that foot stable, take your bottom up in the air. Yeah, nice. And you feel how it's making you work all on the outside. So if you don't have the pebble and pod, it's the yoga block on the Makarlu, so it's coming up and down. Just 10 like that. Feels that lateral hamstring and glute. And so what we're wanting to do is get legs really nice and strong in all ranges. So especially if you're about to have a knee surgery. Let's change sides. So I'm just going to put this on this side this way and we'll put the other side down. So again, pressing into your toes, lifting your bottom up. Bit harder? Yeah. The pebble makes it that little bit harder, but I still think you can do whichever option you prefer. As you go up, Vicky, I really want you to feel like we're pressing into your big toe and into your little toe. Okay? Just going to do 10. Each time having that nice sense of opening through the end. Feel the hips. Oh, it's going to be warm by the end of this day. You're welcome. Okay.
Really feel it on the outside.
So on the outside. And it's that sort of working on that lateral line. That's when you're falling, you know, when you take your slips and you're on a footpath or coming out of a bus. We want to get that strength happening. So now, Vicky, I'm going to get you to take both legs up and down. Beautiful. So what I'm going to get you all to do is have your legs up in the air, knees are apart, okay? None of this ladylike behaviour. I want the femurs to drop in the hip socket and your heel to be in line with your sits bones. Does that feel okay?
Yeah.
So from there, you're going to just twist like a little mermaid tail. Yeah, good. And back. Just twist like a little mermaid tail. And back. Just 10. The idea of your sacrum and your quadriceps are just moving from side to side. The bolster is that extra layer. I agree.
This is effective too. It's the same kind of movement. It's really good. Yeah, much more.
Yeah, and I find sometimes too when you're doing a lot of standing work, you get into bad habits. So we've just done a heap of work to try and release your ankles and your feet so that your pelvis can sit in a better position. So now, Vicky, what I'm going to get you to do is just put your feet on the foam roller. And I want you to feel like you're curling your feet around and you're just going to stretch the legs out. Press the legs out. Yeah. Good. Keep going. And at the end, I want you to flex your feet. Point and then roll back. Yeah, nice. How's that feel? It's like you're doing the reformer, isn't it? But it's a different form of load and pressure. There, point, and back.
Yeah, it's very specific control.
Yeah, and it's trying to help you once again strengthen the hamstrings and below. Okay, so the idea is that you're rolling your foam roller away from you, you're taking it back, and you're really, as you go out, I want you to go out, straighten the legs out, and really press your heels into the foam roller, but the toes come up towards the ceiling. Now, as you drag back, really press into the back of your heels, into your foam roller to get that. You're asking for mercy? You have 2 more left in you? Yeah. We're just going to get that nice 2 little there. Now, what I'm going to get you to do is take the time now to think about how we're going to get one leg up in the air. So what I'd like you to do, Vicky, is take your legs out straight, leave them on the foam roller, and I'm going to get you to have your heels just under the foam roller like that. Nice. Feel that? So you've got a nice sense of opening for your hip. You've still got that little pod underneath your sacrum just to sort of keep that sacrum nice and released. So Vicky, what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to point just this toe here. I want you to feel like you're arching your toes round so that your feet are getting cramped. Can you feel that? Now, I'm going to get you to push your heel away as the toes come forward towards your face. But the work is really about getting that, yeah, good. So to center your heel, so the base of your heel is pressing away. This time, Vicky, what I want you to do is curl your toes around again. And this time, when you press the heel out, you're going to push it out and let the leg just come up. Beautiful. Can you feel that nice sense of float? Just take it to where you have the capacity to do that. Now, point the toe, curl them around, and take that leg all the way down, okay? So, you're now going to flex the heel, push the heel away, and almost let that, like you can sense the leg floating. If you're at a point where you can't get this or it gets too loaded, that's when we use our yoga strap, because let's face it, can we use enough props? Point the toe around. We're like a 4-year-old at grandma's place, aren't we?
Yeah. You're going to have a bit more colour in it.
Yeah, a little bit more colour and a little bit
more. A little bit more.
Nice. Feel that tummy working as well. So we're really getting that sense. One more, and then we'll do 6 on the other side. So 6 to 10. Yeah, good. So I'm just going to help you. We'll just go through the other side. So remember, base of the toes curling around, base of the heels pressing away. Really do a couple, and you can feel it when you do that. It's almost like the leg is sliding out of the hip. There's a real sense of opening. So curl the toes round, push away, flex the heel, push, 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 and see if you can push and let the leg float up. Yeah, nice. Really feel that leg working. Now, from there, point the toe and go back down. Lower it to the foam roller. Again, if you don't have a foam roller, you can use a ball The reason why I like having the foam roller there, it just lifts the legs up just that little bit. We've just used it for the thing, pushing it up. And it gives that leg that little bit of feedback so that the leg can move while still staying in the hip socket. Go back down. Yeah, feel the tummy working.
Yeah.
And the lengthen through there.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Push it out, out, lifting up. Point and lower. Yeah, final one. Push it up, out, and lower. Good. Nice. Yeah. Do you think you can take the legs off now? Put them back on the floor. And I want you just to see if you can do that lovely pelvic tilt. Slight roll of the femur, bottom coming up in the air. I'm going to take the little pod out from underneath your pelvis, and you're going to roll back down one vertebra at a time. Yeah, nice. Doesn't it feel lovely into your back? So can you now just do another 5, just doing the lovely pelvic curl. Just trying to get those hamstrings and those glutes working just that little bit better. Get the firing happening. Rolling back down. Remember when you're doing this, we're going back to that same idea. Press into your big toe, into your pinky toe, into your heels. Really take the time to feel that connection. And I like to think that as my bottom's going up, I feel like I'm pushing my toes away from me. My heel, at the other hand, is coming back towards my sits bones, but my toes are pushing away. And you're going to roll back down. One vertebra at a time. Nice work. And final one. Good. Now, put your feet back on your foam roller. Heels on the edge of the foam roller, so legs are going to be straight. What I'm going to get you to do now is you're going to take your arms up in the air. And I want you to feel like you're holding a big balloon. So, yeah, so there's a sense that the hands are probably a little bit closer to you if you can. But it's like you're pushing into a ball. Okay, feel that? And I'm going to get you to bring your arms down just a little bit. So the fingertips are probably going to be in line with the bottom of your wrist, the lower finger. You're going to push into that little ball and start to feel like you're rolling forward. Push your legs away and down. So this time, as you roll your arms down, pushing into your arms, pushing your heels away, your head is going to come up. Yeah, good. And down. Again, push the heels away. Push the heels away. Let yourself come into your pinky finger. And as you come into your pinky finger, you might almost feel your thumbs are rolling towards the floor just a little bit. Smile, reach, and then roll back down. Feel that tummy working? So this is how I prepare people to do hundreds, okay? We won't do it today. I'm feeling in a much kinder position because I had my Easter bunny this morning. So roll your hands down. Push in towards the legs. Yeah, reach. Push the heels away. And then come back up. We'll do 2 more like that. So it's like, I like to think that I'm almost making big brackets around my body as I'm coming round. Reach, push the heels away, and then back down. You got one more in there?
Yep.
And from there, stay there. Feel like you can push your heels away and lift the legs up. Yeah, nice work. And lower and down. And head and shoulders down. Good. Yeah, it's that sense of push and lift. So sometimes what can feel like we're grabbing and gripping here in the middle. I want you to use that beautiful push to lengthen and open. So I'm going to get you to do, it's going to take one of the Makarlu, just going to slip it under one little hip and the other. So we're looking for that sort of squishy bit. So like if you have a Kardashian bum, that bit that goes out the side, okay? We don't, we have nice, little bottom. Heels together, okay? So what I want you to do is feel like your heels are pressing together, okay? It's not that you're squeezing them together, but I want the heels to feel like if you were clicking them, you know, get you home to Kansas in one hit, okay? So we're going to press those heels together, and then you're going to feel like the feet are pushing away again, that sense of push, okay? Now, this time, feel that connection. So this time as you do that, you're going to pull and feel you're dragging the heels.
And drag the roll.
Really create an opposition. Yeah, good. Now, push down into your feet. Push the foam roller away from you and feel that as you come there, the heels are staying together and the toes are going to come towards your face at the end range. Good. Curl your toes around together. Bring the feet back. Nice work. Yeah. There's a real sense of reward in the inner thigh, isn't there? And you get the little trigger from the Makarlu underneath to get your glutes. This is how I like to say, this is how you should feel when you've got your feet in straps.
Yeah.
Okay, often I think people just throw their legs all around, and that's, you know, I'm sure that's quite lovely and very theatrical. But what we're wanting to do is get that sense of connection come back. And the same sense of deep work that you're getting here is what you want to get on the feet in the feet straps, okay? Yeah, nice. And can you feel how each time you're getting more range in that knee and that hip? So you're going to press out again. So it's how many was that? Makeup number. No, I think you're about 4 or 5. Okay. So we're just going to do 5 more, okay, because it is so delicious. So you're going to roll, really dig the heels in, drag it back. Think that the heels of a toddler that doesn't want to go somewhere. Pushing out and away. Really let the ankles. And you can see I'm really requiring you to have a lot of mobility in the ankles to do some of this work. It's one of the reasons why we started with that feet work on the Makarlu at the beginning, because we warm up those feet, you're then able to do just that little bit more. Pushing out. You've got 1 more after this. Really feel connection and that sense of wrap in your head. Yeah, that's what we want. And then come back up and in. Yeah, nice, Vicky. So let's take your feet off there now and put your feet down on the ground and lift your bottom up again. Yeah, the hips are feeling a bit looser. So what I'm going to get you to do is roll up to come up to standing. And we're just going to do 15 minutes up standing and see how. Yeah, good.
Yeah, that's really true.
They are feeling looser and more engaged. Yeah, and again, this is what we want. We're coming up to a lot of public holidays, and well, in Australia we are anyway. And so everybody's routine is going to be muddled. So we need to have some things that you can do at home. So I'm just going to put the Pebble and Pod back on there, okay, Vicky? Now what we're going to do is you're going to have your foam roller here to help you support. What you're going to do is start, we're going to go to a step, going there, hold on to that, and you're just going to open your leg out to the side. I like to call this the flamingo, okay? That heel on the board, lifting up. Now you can put your heel against the inner part of your thigh, the inner part of your calf, okay? Just staying there. And you're going to open this leg out and then close it. So we've done all of this nice work. And bring this closer. You want me to bring it over to that side? Might feel more stable. You find where it works. So, yeah. I know, it's hard just doing it standing on the mat, let alone adding this wobble component. And back. Good work. Just 10. What I want you to do is remember that on your standing leg, you're really putting as much pressure on your heel as you can so that you're opening out the back of your body. Okay, feel that? Yeah, good. Is that?
6. Gunning. Count the hard ones.
Nice. Woo, sorry, guys. No, that's right. Stand there, check in. Feel that you've got that little bit. So we'll bring this across here a little bit more so that you can then just use this. Yeah. Hold that here. So standing, feet, anchor your feet nicely on the pebble. So feel the big toe, little toe, and heel staying there. Press your hand into the foam roller, it's going to help you. And put your feet there. So you're just going to do standing clamps. Nice one. Okay.
It's good having that because it's sending messages.
It's
I can
not
feel
bad.
it sending the messages.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's telling you what to move, what to hold up, what to stabilize.
Yeah, because if you don't have that little wobble, you end up gripping, and so you don't find that subtlety. If you step off there for a moment, oh, look at that. More and more you can build that. So what I want us to do to take us to like another level to build glute strength, hamstring strength, and core. Okay, and then, so remember, Pilates is more than this little bit here. Okay, so what we're going to do is an exercise called flipping bird. Now, if you're at home, I suggest you have a wall to stand by. Vicky, you've got me. So what you're going to do is just put your foam roller on your foot and your hand on the foam roller. And what you're going to do is you're just going to dip back and forward. Okay, so if you come here, yeah, you will start on this side of here, and I'm going to hold onto your hand. So hold onto the hand. Before you even lift the leg, press into your feet. Find that anchoring that we just done, okay? And bring your knee towards the foam roller. Okay, good. Now, so starting point is just keep that foot lifted and just keep the knee bent on the foam roller if you can. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Don't try and straighten the leg out fully at first, okay? Feel the hamstrings working. Feel your glutes having to stabilize. Just going to do 10, that should be 4. No, we'll do 10 with a bent, okay? Looks like you're bowing to
Yes.
Sensei.
Pilates food.
And then he's going to press back and forward. Yeah, good. Now, if you can stay there, have you got enough more glute strength? Okay. If we can stay there, so if it's too much for you, do one side, do the other. If we're building towards endurance, we're going to now go all the way out and see if you can straighten your leg. Yeah, nice, good. Hold on to that, press your foot into there, press your hands in there. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do like a little dip. Just a little dip, it's not coming all the way in, but
Straight.
It's like a little dipping bird, like
Nice.
dipping your head to get some water in the pond. Yeah. And down, So you can feel the hamstring. So part of it is like Becky will admit she's got to have some knee replacements. So sometimes we've got to do both. So we're doing this is a cast for anyone, but I think it's a great one, especially at this time of year. We're going to do your own foot. Okay, so then start there. Yeah. Take this one out of the way. So it's a great one to do at this time of the year because one, you're out celebrating, you've got lots of festival events, family events. Two, it's a change of season, so you're wearing different shoes, so your feet get, so we're going from our flippy flop type sandals, nice little heels, into more enclosed fit shoes. So our bodies proprioceptively already is a little bit strong. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, I know it's the other way around. But, yeah, good. We want to get the feet strong and mobile. Is that too much? It's hard, isn't it?
The less
stable.
the more special.
So what I'm going to suggest you do, because I can see you're in a lot of pain to do that, for you, what I'm going to get you to do is bring our leg forward just a little bit. And I'm going to get you just to bend this knee. And if it's just too much to do the whole leg and stabilise, what I want you to do is you want to put the back foot on the foam roller, okay? So I'm just going to take that there. So you're still, it's like a scissor now, okay? So you're going to go back. Yeah, good. Feel that? More manageable, okay?
Still getting the stretch.
And still getting the strength, okay? I know that some people say don't modify, you just have to work through, but I'm a firm believer there's many ways to Rome, okay? And we all want to go to Rome. So if we have to go on a slight road, we have to go on a detour, that's fine. We just have to recognise what's possible and what's tolerable for your body, okay?
You're still getting really good.
Okay, you can feel that there. Now, what I'd like you to do is stay there now with your leg out straight. Yeah, and we're just going to move the leg, keep the leg straight and roll the foam roller in and out just a bit like that. Yeah, nice. Feel that? Okay. So just 10. So you work out what works for you. This is why we love the reformer. It does all of this work for you and it's a lot more loaded. And then the eccentric work of the springs makes it that much more delightful. Back and forward. Yeah, nice. Step. You want to do that? Step on step.
Yeah, that's good.
Feel it works.
Really good. Yep.
Thank you, everybody, and enjoy.